Okay, we're joined now by Coach Michael Perry, freshman Elijah Hughes, and sophomore Kentrell Barkley. Again, same format as yesterday, gentlemen. We'll take an opening statement from Coach and then take questions for student athletes and then questions for Coach. So Coach Perry, if your thoughts on the game, please.
Well, it was an unbelievable game, obviously, and to be able to play against the number 12 ranked team in the country and have the type of game that we had against them and battle and compete the way we did says a lot. Speaks volumes of our program, but speaks more about these kids up here and the guys in the locker room. We didn't win on the scoreboard. We certainly did win in our hearts and in the hearts of ECU supporters and also in our competitors. We won in a lot of different ways, and we moved the program forward, and our culture changed. It's been changing, but it certainly changed tonight. We put ourselves in a position where we can play with and beat the elite teams in this league and elite programs, and these guys have made a statement. They've changed the culture of our program.
Okay, take questions for the student athletes, please. Raise your hand, we'll get a microphone to you.
Kentrell, I think you had 22 points in the second half, so what changed for you and for the team? You were trailing, 18 points with 7 minutes left.
Well, first half, I kind of attacked a little bit, and they didn't fall, so I just wanted to stick with what I was good at, and if I was open, just be offensively aggressive in the second half.
Other questions for student athletes, please?
Elijah, can you talk about that run and the three-pointer when you tied the game? At that point, did you guys feel like the momentum had totally shifted to your side, and just what led to that second half run?
Really just energy from each other's teammates, energy from the bench. We just had more juice, and things were going our way, so we just kept doing what we do.
Anything more for the student athletes?
Elijah, can you talk about the press, or both of you actually, can you talk about the press that happened in the second half? When did you guys decide that might work, and how well has that worked for you this season?
Elijah, you can take that first, if you would.
We always found success with that press. We kind of sped them up like we wanted to, and we got out in transition, and we just converted off the press. So, that really gave us a lot of energy too, getting steals, deflections, turning the ball over for them. So it was just good.
And it was also a different look. We got Dang Riak on the ball. He's long. He helped us out a lot. And then just being aggressive in the trap was big for us. And when we got this steal, it was off to the boards at that moment.
Yeah, it certainly changed the momentum of the game. We started the half off making some shots, but we weren't necessarily getting stops. They were making twos, not necessarily threes. They were making twos. Well, we cut into the lead, but not significantly. And so we decided to go for a change of defense to give them a different look, take them out of rhythm, also speed the game up, open the floor up a little bit. We could have better spacing for driving lanes, and also be able to have better spacing where we could spray it out for threes. But we thought changing it up would take them somewhat out of sequence. And we had some success with it, and it worked pretty good for us there. And but more importantly, it changed the tempo of the game. And once we started seeing them looking at the scoreboard, we thought we were really going to make some strides here.
And Kentrell, this is a team that had beaten you by 31 points and then 40 points, and you're down 22 at halftime. What was it about this team that you just didn't, kind of say, okay, we had a good kind of end to the season, and this is it? What made you guys hang in there?
The focus was we trying to do something different. We're trying to change the culture. We're trying to build a legacy, and I don't think you can possibly do that without going 150% out on the court. So that game was just like, you got to put it all out there, win or lose. You just got to give it your all, and just play hard, play basketball, and don't go out without going hard.
To piggyback on that, Kentrell has the biggest heart in the country. He's not going to go out like a chump or a sucker. He's gonna go out like a champion, which he is. So with him leading the pack, leading all of us, it's something special. That's why we go on runs like that.
Okay, we'll excuse Elijah and Kentrell back to the locker room. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, fellas.
And we'll take questions at this time for Coach Perry, please.
Coach Perry, could you just talk about Kentrell's game? I mean, he's been battling the left knee for a while, and, you know, you're down that much at halftime, and he comes out and scores 22 points in the second half.
Well, nothing seems to amaze me anymore when it comes to Kentrell Barkley. We call him our junkyard dog, and he literally is that. And he scores in a lot of different ways. He's one of those guys that's very difficult to prepare for as a coach because of how effective he plays, and he can contribute in so many different ways, whether it's in transition, whether it's on the offensive glass, shooting threes, dribble drives, and some of that you really can't prepare for. And because so much of it is just effort. And then what he does, not only what he does individually, and also he makes plays also. He finds open guys, he can make plays, make other guys around him better. But most importantly, because of the intensity that he brings and the energy level he plays with, is contagious. It has become very infectious for our program. And the other guys now are playing harder. Guys that maybe seemingly their DNA is one in which they're a little cool. They're now beginning to show a lot more emotion and play with more emotion because of the impact that he's had on our program.
And can you address, you had mentioned that you guys have been trying to change the culture. Obviously, you have a young team, so can you talk about what this game does for you going into next season?
Well, I mean, a lot of those guys that were out there are going to be back next year, and we got some outstanding players sitting out as well. And we're really excited about the future of the program. But most importantly, we wanted to be able to kind of change the approach, and not just think about competing, and not just think about playing well, not think about individual success as well, but about winning. And showing that we can win against the better teams in this league, that we can go out there with an opportunity to win, and think about the big picture, that it wasn't about necessarily about the win that particular night as much as about building the program. And in everything we would do, not just on wins and losses, but the way we approach practice, the way we conduct ourselves when we're in airports, the way we are on campus in terms of academic commitment, study hall, going to class. We want to win at everything that we do. Those are the signs and the traits that you need to have guys committed to be a successful program, and that's what these guys are finally buying into.
Do we have any more for Coach Perry, please? Over here on the side.
Coach, just to follow up on what your players addressed, the 2 regular season meetings, and how, judging by the final scores, it seems like those games got out of hand. This was on the brink of getting out of hand. What was different? Why were you able to come back?
Well, we're a different team now. I mean, that's the first thing. We're a different basketball team now. And we've had a chance to go through the fires and compete and, sometimes get knocked down, but then get back up. But we have to learn along the way that there's no harm in getting knocked down, and you've heard the quote often that it's how you get back up. It matters. And can you get back up? And that's what they've done. They've got back up. They've been knocked around. They got back up again. And they finally gotten to a point where they're tough and they're not going to run home. They're going to fight. And that's what they did tonight. So it's a different basketball team that SMU saw tonight than what they saw the last time we saw them, and even the time prior to that. And that's saying a lot for this group. I mean, it's saying a lot for them. They've come a long way in a short period of time, and they're going to continue to move forward. But I couldn't be prouder of them. And it was an honor for me to be able to coach this group. It's just pretty special. And first for me, I want to thank Coach Lebo for having the faith in me to coach this team, to lead them. And then for our athletic director, Jeff Confer, also to have the faith and confidence in me to be able to lead this group. But it was an honor. It really was. It was an honor to be able to coach this group. And I'm really privileged to be able to have the opportunity to spend time with them and coach them. And for those guys to take to my voice says volumes about the type of guys they are. It's a lot of class and character in that locker room.
We can one more, please.
Have you had a chance to talk to Coach Lebo? Did you get him on the phone after the game?
Not yet,
Did you
not
address the
yet.
players?
Yeah, I saw a text from him to all of us, but I'll reach out to him a little later.
What did he say in the text?
What an unbelievable comeback, and great job, and proud of us.
Coach Perry, thank you.
Thank you.